welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is David and this is David's Closet. Here we talk about handbags, accessories, small leather goods, all of those fun things from the male point of view and on a budget. If that's something that you find interesting, please hit that subscribe button. As I'm filming this, I'm pretty close to my 1,000 subscriber goal. Of course, I'd like to hit that and exceed it by a lot. So I would be very thankful and grateful if you would hit that button for me. Today's video is a collaboration, one of my favorite things to do. And it's with my friend Dawn of Dawn Loves Couture. Dawn is super amazing. She is so kind and very knowledgeable on a lot of things. So if you don't know Dawn, which I'm sure you do, but if you don't, be sure to go check out her video. It will be linked below, as well as go to her channel, subscribe, and watch all of her videos. Dawn is great. And thank you so much, Dawn, for doing this collaboration with me. So today's collab actually is kind of an unintentional piggyback off of a collab she just did with Winnie B LV. Also love her. She will be linked below. I'll link her video too. And I'll try to link Dawn's old video. We're basically finding the look for less, bags that give designer vibes but aren't. I'm not saying the F word because that's not what I promote here personally. I don't have, I have some, but I don't use them, I don't show them, and I don't even know where they are. But those bags are not what we're talking about today. I'm talking about just no name, no brand bags that give off similar looks and styles for a lot less than the big fancy guys. And Dawn, I know in her video and in Winnie's, sometimes you do get swindled on Amazon. I'm trying to watch my word choice here. And sometimes you'll buy something thinking it's just a similar item or something that has a lot of same vibes, and you'll get it and it actually claims to be the thing. And I don't like that personally. I bought a leather strap once and I thought it was just an unbranded leather Vachetta strap, and it came in and it was a terrible not Louis Vuitton strap. So I know all of those things. But today I have two bags to show you that are very much in line with Chanel styles. And I'm excited to show you. So these are bags, again, they're not branded. They don't claim to be anything that they are not. They're just bags that take inspiration from other designers, which all designers do, by the way, and rock it. Now, when it comes to these kinds of bags, there's several different categories and levels. You can think of other designers kind of take inspiration from each other at the top. Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Dior, Hermes, they take similar inspirations, and that's why sometimes you have bags that give off similar vibes. And then even some of the more contemporary, more affordable brands like Coach, they will take inspiration from some of the higher end designers as well and sell bags that give off similar vibes. An example of that, and I know technically the Court came first, but the Cassie and the Louis Vuitton Pochette Métis are very similar bags. They give off a lot of similar vibes. Again, I know the Court is the predecessor to the Cassie, but the Cassie, I do believe, came out after the Pochette Métis. I do believe so. They all take the same inspiration because it sells. Now these are non-branded bags, and both of these bags were under $30 each. The first one I have is this Denim Flap Bag with a chain. And of course, we all know that this definitely does give off Chanel inspiration, right? But it's not Chanel. It does not stay Chanel. It does not claim to be anything that it's not. And I like that. So first I'm going to give you just an overview. It has it's not very easy. Sorry. I have it stuffed, so it's not very cooperative when it's stuffed, apparently. Okay, so here it is. It has a strap that's fed through grommets on the top of the bag, and it can be a shoulder bag or a long shoulder bag or crossbody. It does have a turn lock closure, which a lot of brands do have. On the back, it has a generous slip pocket. So this is the max size iPhone, and as you can see, it does fit in the back pocket very nicely. So just an idea of the size. I'm gonna measure the bag for you. So the bag is 13 inches long by about 5 inches deep and about 8.5, 9 inches tall. So 13 by 5 by about 9. So it's a nice size bag, and it's really light, fairly light. This hardware is not too heavy. And then inside, of course I have it stuffed because there's no shape to this bag. It is just lined in a cheap fabric, and there is a zipper pocket in the back. Now, that is just an overview of the bag. Now we're gonna talk about quality. The denim itself feels nice. It's not a super thick denim, and I really have never felt a lot of other denim handbags, but it's not quite as thick as a pair of jeans in my opinion. But for a bag, I think it's perfect. I don't notice anything necessarily wrong with the denim. As far as the stitching, I don't see anything super crazy. There are some frayed stitches and just some popped stitches that I need to singe off of the bag. But again, nothing I think that questions the integrity of the bag. Now on the inside, like I said, the lining is just this cheap, almost translucent fabric. Now the back pocket made me laugh because I opened it and I'm like, what? It goes up. So it's actually sewn into this seam on the inside of the flap. So instead of going down inside of the bag, it almost goes up. So here it is inside. When you open it, it doesn't go down, it goes up. So you can't put anything in here. I think that's a flaw in this specific bag. I do think the pocket's supposed to go down so you can at least use it. So for me in my bag, it's absolutely useless, which is fine. I did carry this bag for a week and it was just a dump and go kind of bag. So that didn't bother me too much. Now the turn lock, it's cheap, guys. It's not Chanel quality, of course. Not that means much sometimes. Not luxury at all. But it does work. It stays put. It's a little wobbly, but one thing you'll notice, maybe, it's crooked. So this plate is actually attached crooked to the bag. So when it's closed, it's actually crooked. Like, it's crooked. Now when it's stuffed, because it's such a floppy bag, and when it's stuffed, it kind of takes on the shape of whatever's inside of it. It's not super noticeable, but when you're just holding it like this, you definitely notice that it's a little crooked, and there are some frayed stitches around it popping through. But again, I can clean up the stitches, and I could care less about it being a little crooked for what I paid for it, which I will tell you here in a minute. This bag does have a long enough shoulder strap drop to fit me as a shoulder bag. As far as the strap, I'll be honest, it seems pretty decent. It's light, so it's not super heavy metal, but it has just like denim fabric woven in between. It feels okay. Now, I don't like how it's all twisted. Like my Chanel bags tend to stay pretty straight. This gets kind of all twisted and stuff, so it looks a little sloppy, I think. And then I don't like this. I wish it was just the chain all the way. The weird thing about this is it actually can come off. I don't know why you would want to take it off, but you could. I'm not going to. But I think that's an odd feature. But another thing I like about the bag is kind of like my Rebecca Minkoff bags. The chains are not just held on to the flap, and the only thing holding a Chanel bag closed is the lock mechanism. This actually has rivets and a D-ring that the chain goes through as well on the side, just like my Rebecca Minkoff bags. I kind of like that. It just makes the bag, for example, if you leave the flap undone, it's not just going to fall open. So I definitely like that. So the biggest concern I have, I think overall, is the lock mechanism, just because it is cheap feeling. But guess what? I paid for this bag. Now, you can buy this on Temu. I've seen it there. Autumn Beckman and I actually both, I think, saw it there. We were talking about it one night. She was asking some questions to a group chat about Temu. And I believe it ranged anywhere from, you know, negative $40 to about $25. You know how Temu works. I actually got it on Prime Day on Amazon for $19. It was like $18 and some change. So I round up, 19 bucks. So for $19, this bag is perfect. This is a bag I would take on vacation. If I'm going somewhere where I don't want something super expensive at all, you know, amusement park, a festival, something where I just want something to throw over my shoulder, and something that if it gets scuffed or ripped or torn or scratched, there's not a tear to be shed. This is it. This also does confirm that I really want a jumbo Chanel, because I think this is roughly the size of a jumbo, maybe a little smaller. So I have to have one now. But I do like this. I think this is an absolute win for 20 bucks. And I think the full price now, they're like $27 or $28. So again, for about $30 max, depending on where you buy it, great option for a denim bag. If you like the flat bag style, you want to try a different material, but you don't want to commit to the price, this is it. They do have it in 3 colors, black, a medium blue, and a dark. And this is a just shopper tote, and it is obviously heavily inspired by the Chanel Grand Shopping Tote, which I have 2 of. I know back when I got my first GST, before I sold my Kate Spade bag, there was a Kate Spade bag that this also looks just like. Again, a very popular style of bag, so a lot of designers use similar designs when it comes to these shopper totes. This one, there of course are some major differences. First and foremost, this is not leather, this is PU leather, so it is not real animal leather. And the chain is this like antiqued material, which the GST did not come in. It's like a matte finish, gunmetal kind of. And there's no leather weaving. Obviously no branding. But it does come with a little wristlet, which I love. I think I'm actually gonna cut this leather piece off and use this just as a little pouch, because I really like that. And then I have it stuffed. But here it is on the inside, very similar to the Kate Spade bag and the Chanel bag. 2 big compartments with a zipper pocket in the middle. And it does come from this brand, Montana West. Not really sure much about the brand. Here is their original tag. Apparently this was $59 wherever it was manufactured. I'm gonna guess for a company based out of Montana. It is made in China, and like I said, it is not leather. So another difference to the Chanel version of the tote, this actually has a magnetic closure on the top, which I do think is kind of nice. And this one also has a little bit of a longer strap drop, so it would fit my shoulder, which I like. I wish the Chanel one had a little bit longer of a strap drop. It has a slip pocket in the back that does fit an iPhone Max just fine, with plenty of room. So inside, again, it has the brand right there in the back with a zipper pocket. This zipper pocket is functional, unlike my other one. And on the reverse side, there's just a few unzipped slip pockets. This material is definitely inexpensive. It feels kind of cheap. The zipper and hardware, though, actually is pretty heavy, and I think substantial for the price of this bag. And then inside the little zip pocket is just, again, the same really cheap and flimsy fabric. Not a fan of that. That definitely is not luxury. But I'll be honest, for what I paid for this bag, I am totally going to rock this. Don't really know when. Probably, again, places and things where I don't want to take a super expensive bag. Maybe car trips, this would be a great bag to throw in the car. So I'm definitely going to get a little bit of use out of this. So if I had to compare this PU leather to a luxury leather, I'd say it's probably closer to resembling a lamb skin. And it is very soft. I will give it that. I don't know how it'll wear. But I definitely think this is gorgeous. Again, if you don't want to spend a ton of money, but you like the quilted shopping totes with the chunky chains, this I paid $9.97 for. Again, I see them full price listed for about 28 bucks. So, you know, you can get it anywhere between $10 and $30, let's say. A great alternative to a very expensive bag, and this is even significantly cheaper than like the Kate Spade bag that it also reminds me of. So there are lots of options. I would say of the two, I definitely like the denim bag better than this bag, but you really can't go wrong with either. Like I said, if you want the look for less and you don't care about the brand, you don't care necessarily about the materials being super high end, go for it. It's a great, great, great bag. I will try to link both of these below. Of course, not affiliated with them. And again, not claiming to be something that it's not. It knows it's not, and it's okay not being. So, let me know what you guys think of these bags. Please go over and watch Dawn's video. I would be very grateful for you to do that. Give her some love. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.